Bob Skinner podcast. Today I'm finishing a 3-part series on the power of focus. And this comes from a sermon I did recently here in Boston. All this and more in the Rob Skinner podcast. Welcome back to the Rob Skinner podcast. My goal is to inspire you to live a no regrets life, make this life count, and multiply disciples, leaders, and churches. Today, I want to ask you a question. Who are you becoming? Most people spend their time thinking about external things, career, money, where they'll live, what their future will look like, where they're going to go on vacation. But the deeper question is this: who are you becoming as a person? The Bible teaches that the character is formed by attention. In 2 Corinthians 3, Paul writes, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's freedom. And we all who contemplate the Lord are being transformed into his image with ever-increasing glory. That word contemplate means to gaze at something, to give it sustained attention, to reflect on something. The more we focus on Christ, the more his character begins to appear in us. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about being a loving person, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. All those are the fruits of the Spirit, Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 and following. That's awesome. I mean, who wouldn't want those things? One of my favorite illustrations of this comes from the sculptor Michelangelo. And he found this block of marble that one artist had just discarded and basically said it was unusable. And he looked at it for a long time and he claimed it. He just got it. And so he was asked how he created the statue of David from it and just turned it into just a masterpiece today. And he said this, he said, I simply chipped away everything that was not David. And I love that. I just love that, just an awesome quote. And it's a powerful picture of what Jesus does in our lives. When we focus on him, he slowly chips away pride. He chips away selfishness. He chips away fear. And little by little, Christ begins to appear in us. Isn't that awesome? And this is the goal of the Christian life, not simply to believe in Jesus, but to become like him. That's amazing when you think about it. Here's something I've been doing lately, and I shared this earlier, but during my quiet times, I've been reading passages that highlight the greatness and the grace of God. And these are some of my favorites all time and other people's favorites as well. For example, Exodus 34, 6 through 7. And that's such a great passage when God appears to Moses. He hides him in a cleft in the rock and he passes in front of him and he declares his name, the Lord, the compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger, abounding in love and faithfulness, maintaining love to thousands and forgiving wickedness, rebellion, and sin. Yet he does not leave the guilty unpunished. He punishes the children and their children for the sins of their fathers to the third and fourth generation. It's an amazing passage, and it applies to Jesus. He's compassionate. He's gracious. Romans chapter 5, the first part of the chapter there, when he talks about how God demonstrates his love for us in this: while we are still sinners, Christ died for us. I mean, it's easy to go, yeah, I know that already. That's not the point. I know you know the concept. The point is really allowing the word to chip away. And that takes repeated chips. You got to just let that chisel go to work on you and really think about it. Ephesians chapter 1, where he talks about we have every spiritual blessing in Christ. We're chosen in him before the creation of the world to be holy and blameless in his sight. Just talks about, just goes through it. In the original, it's just one sentence. Paul just can't, he just takes one breath and he just like blasts out all these blessings about how we're forgiven. We're adopted as children. We've been brought together under one head. It's incredible. Philippians chapter 2 talks about the greatness and humility of Jesus and having the same mindset to let go of our position and to humble ourselves and serve other people. Colossians chapter 1, how, he's the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. And then Romans chapter 8, it's considered by many to be the summit of the New Testament. But these are sections that I go back to and I go, I need to read these. I need to internalize them. It's not just enough to know the facts. You've got to spend time in it, because the more you do, the more Jesus just chips away all that's wrong, and just what gets revealed is everything that's right. And I read them slowly. I read them more than once. I just keep repeating them, and that's okay. And I've talked about that in the previous episode. It's the concept of Jeremiah 29, where it says, "Is not my word like fire, like a hammer that breaks a rock in pieces?" When you let that hammer start hammering away and just breaking the rock and chipping it away, guess what? Your life starts to change. And it helps to just reset your focus. You choose your focus. You don't let people control your focus. You choose your focus. And when my focus changes, my life begins to change. And that's when it gets really encouraging. Your life follows your focus. So today, ask yourself, where are my eyes going? And then gently bring them back to Jesus. Thanks for listening. Here's how you can help support the program. First, sign up for my weekly newsletter. You can find that on my website and sign up for it. It's a way for me not only to keep you posted on what's happening, to encourage you, but also to really stay connected and make this a little bit more of a two-way relationship. And then secondly, read my latest book, the 10X Christian. And it's an awesome book. You can find it on Amazon.com, or else you can go to my website, robskinner.com, and find it there. It's a great, great book. And I'm also working on a new book called Before You Quit, Letters to a Discouraged Christian. I'm looking forward to that, hoping to get that done at the end of this month, because my goal is to help you and inspire you to live a no regrets life, make this life count, and multiply disciples, leaders, and churches. Have a great day and make this life count.